everyone, welcome back to the Splash tab. Welcome back to Reddit Souls. Yeah, it's just Dark Souls 3. We're just gonna continue this shit, reading some horrible, sometimes good stories off Reddit. While the other one plays a Dark Souls game. One of them is a Dark Souls, well, not veteran, but one of them is very good at Dark Souls, while the other one has rarely ever played a game in their life.
Very
Uh,
good. Very good.
and see if you can figure out which is which by putting a timestamp at the bottom of which time in the video you think which is playing.
Yeah, and tell us which stories you were interested in as well, because we'll also be talking about the users who did them, and we could probably leave their names within the description as well.
And give us some recommendations for subreddits you want to see us read off of.
Oh, that would be awesome. And of course, this next reading will come from r/stories from user slash the Stevie Bloom, the woman I saw in the room that wasn't there, nonfiction. So this still baffles me. But when I was a kid, we moved into a new house, and while the realtor was showing us around, I saw a lady sitting at a white dresser in a pink room. She even waved at me. When I asked my mom who it was, she just brushed me off because she was trying to listen to the realtor. The weirdest part of this was that once we moved in, we found that there were no rooms painted pink in the house. My family just brushed the whole thing off, despite my being adamant of what I saw. Anyway, fast forward a few years, I'm in high school at this point, and we started renovating the house. While stripping the wallpaper in the master bedroom, we found out it was painted pink. This low-key freaks me out. More.
Why it freaks them out would be my main question, though, to be fair.
Well, it's more or less in the idea that he saw something that technically wasn't there, but then saw like a vague hint of something that he actually saw.
That makes sense.
Because it's like you saw it, but then you think you didn't see it, then it actually reappears and everyone else does see it. That's the creepy part. Next story. Next one. This is from r/stories, user slash just Laura things. The day my lie saved my life. When I was 10 years old, I didn't want to go to school one day. I faked a stomach ache so my grandmother would let me stay home. I've always been a bad liar, so my grandmother tried to call my bluff. She told me if I was too sick for school, then she would be scheduling me a doctor's appointment. 3 hours later, I was rushed into emergency surgery. My fake illness was actually appendicitis, and it was so inflamed that if I hadn't come in that day, my appendix would have ruptured, potentially killing me. I felt 100% fine that day. Faking being sick saved my life.
That's crazy.
How the This one is from r/stories from user slash pretend wizard Seamus. That time we were shot at and chased the whole night. And this is a bit of a longer one. I'm not sure what's compelled me to write this, but it is it is this crazy thing that happened when I was 15. I still think about it from time to time. It's always stayed with me. So again, I believe I was 15 at the time, and I am now 40 years old. So roughly this was in 1999. Backstory begins with my mom. Growing up, she always seemed to date the wrong kind of guy. My dad is completely out of the picture. I never met him. I grew up in a very biker-centric world. Cookouts in bars, motorcycle rallies, bike runs, and on holidays. I even went to Scrooge's Bike Week when I was a wee toddler. Anyways, the point is my mom. Being a biker, dated other bikers, some of which were in gangs. When I was 15, she began seeing this much older guy. I call him Dale. I don't actually remember his real name, and Dale was the former chapter president of the Hells Angels for our state.
Huh? Oh, fuck.
That's a choice encounter. Dale had recently been in a fight with cancer. He beat it, which is irrelevant. Dale was totally cool with me. She seemed to argue a lot less with him than a lot of her other old man. Seemed like a lot of other tough dudes really respected him. Bought him beers and such. Anyways, on with the real story. We were driving home one night from my mom's shop. Her business, the three of us in a single cab pickup truck. I'm in the middle. My mom is driving and Dale is on the passenger side. We always take the back roads home. We come up to behind this biker that Dale seems to know, and we quickly have the attention of the guy in the bike. He slows down to a snail's pace, so my mom begins to pass them out. The guy speeds up suddenly. Dale is hanging out the window. He and this bike are yelling shit at each other. I have no idea what nor what I remember. Pretty sure it wasn't pleasant. He tells my mom to speed up and dust this guy. She does, and suddenly I hear a crack and a ding on the side of the truck we were shot at. Dale was very pissed. My mom had to continually pull him back through the window. So this guy is behind us. He's got a gun. My mom makes the decision that we cannot go home. We continue to go through these back roads, and all the while, this guy is following on our tail nonstop. Dale and my mom do a lot of work back and forth on what to do. At one point, Dale wanted to get out and just jump the guy. I was very nervous. I was voicing my own concerns. What is going on? Who is that guy? Etc. The mostly ignored me. Because once in a while, my mom would say things to calm me. This guy's bike was much faster than our truck. He chased us and chased and chased. I remember we went through whole towns and got on the highway. Was on the highway for a good hour and a half, and at one point we thought we might have lost him, but he was still there. We got off on the exit, and the guy got off on the next exit. I asked why don't we go to the police station. I was still being half ignored. My mom said Dale can't go to the police. Well, yeah, he's a part of the Hells Angels. I remember her asking him, is that so-and-so from the James gang? I remember Dale saying, I know his cut, but it seemed like he didn't know exactly who the guy was. Sorry if this is going to sound a bit anticlimactic, but eventually the guy turned off and stopped following us. This literally took all night. We went right into the wee hours of the morning, so I want to say the moment that started was around 9 o'clock, and I remember getting home at 2 a.m. The only thing my mom ever told me was that guy had some sort of beef with Dale, and she didn't want to stop and have me in further danger or have me witness something. He wasn't with Dale much longer. The only thing I don't get is why we didn't just go to a club or a bar where we know we would be protected. In the future, I heard some other rumors that Dale wasn't actually welcomed in Hell's Angel circles anymore. I don't know. Oh, that sucks. So that's the story. I do have more stories, as my late teens and 20s were pretty turbulent. I had a stint as a low-level thug and a time of brief homelessness. What the hell? Some bad encounters with the police. If anyone's interested in hearing another crazy life story, let me know in the comments. That is an interesting story there, you user / pretend wizard Seamus. Me when I'm a car. Me in a butcher shop. Butcher shop. Man, a butcher shop. Let's go to r/ask Reddit. This question here is from user /nerdw_ithglasses. You are asked to rename the Earth. What are you calling it?
Probably ER.
Yarth.
ER. It's spelled exactly the same, just said differently.
Someone said the sphere.
The sphere.
Someone said the great big non-flat.
The great big non-flat.
God, that's a good question. What would I call the Earth? What would I rename it? Well, most of the planets were named after Roman gods.
Oh, Zeus. Jupiter.
Well, let's see. Well, I guess name it some sort of bottom text brain rot something. How about I call it Fortnite Battle Pass? Or Skibbity Planet X?
No one's laughing. Not letting Nick laugh. And won't laugh at that.
I'm gonna say the N-word now.
No. Okay, buddy.
I'm kidding. But if I were to really rename the Earth, I'd call it some sort of technical code name. You know, maybe something like T147X.
Yeah, you know, that's what you say. Why don't you go suck Trump's dick too if you want to be like Elon? Sorry.
Well, first I'd make sure to moisten it up before I'd go all in.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
You'd
Anyways,
moisten up Donald Trump. I want to finish that. Do not moisten up Donald Trump.
oh, here's a good one. Here's r slash from r slash ask Reddit from user slash Mr. Whisper 2021. What is your best? There are two kinds of people saying.
There are two kinds of people. People who drink Rain Energy and people who drink Red Bull.
Red Bull is for
Truckers.
conservative Americans, the ones that know the real truth.
Okay, buddy, I wouldn't say that.
I'm kidding, but
With today's current state.
but I'd say my most famous. There are two kinds of people. There are two kinds of people. People that know a lot about cars and people who don't.
People who wipe when they shit when they wipe.
People who would rather sink. People who would rather come in the sink than sink in the cum.
Oh. There's no reason to ever come in this.
You would do it so you wouldn't sink in the cum.
You know what? Fair enough. To your point. I don't like it, but I see it.
Here's a really interesting one. r slash ask Reddit from user slash Marty Swaggins. I love that username.
Marty Swaggins.
What's something small that completely changed the way you see the world? But like a small thing, not a major thing, something small.
Probably the fact that somewhere in between Finland and Sweden, there's a spot where Swedish people can legally beat Finnish people with a stick. Now, you think I'm joking, but I'm 100% serious right now.
That's the best part is because, yes, it's true. But, I don't know. But, this is a really good point. I'm not...
What the fuck?
Holy fucking shit, what just happened?
Dragons.
But I'm not really sure if there's a good example, at least something that I've encountered. Because, I guess I could say how applying for jobs works here.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, job applications, I'm having a stroke.
Either work for the man or the man works for you.
Yeah, but it's also another thing. I always love it when places are like, we need someone with experience. However, I need the job in order to attain said experience.
This is an entrance level position.
Or you provide on-site training. So what's the issue? So I come to this job and you train me for the sake of being able to do the job. However, you want me to have experience for the job, even though you're going to train me to do the job.
Yeah. I think we should get someone who's worked in like the hiring department and bring him on the podcast. Hey, does anyone who worked? No. Honestly.
Anyone who has worked in the hiring department, leave your information down below.
We will pay you nothing to come on the podcast, but it'll be kind of funny.
Well, to be fair, we're not making any money right now, so yo!
Yeah.
Oh my god, here's a good one. Here's a good one. r slash ask Reddit from user slash Zeri Rose. Who is the worst singer to ever make it big?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Taylor Swift.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, I'm kidding. I don't listen to any of her music, so I don't know.
KSI.
I don't know if he's making it big right now, to be fair.
Well, he made it big just not in the music industry. Does that count? I think it does.
I guess you can, do that on a technicality.
Any non-woman country singer.
Wait, non-woman country
Yeah.
singer?
Women who are country singers are fucking incredible voice singers.
You don't like male country singers?
It's just they all sound exactly the same.
Well, yeah, it's a southern accent.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. It's like even with like things that are the same genre of music, every single country song is about the exact same fucking thing. Like, I don't know.
No, you just need to listen to different country music.
All are about meeting a girl.
Not all of them are about meeting.
Or or being an alcoholic or being a fucking drug addict or something.
What kind of country music are you? What kind of country music are you listening to?
I'm sorry.
I listen to stuff like Blake Shelton and Florida Georgia Line. Their songs are about partying and God.
Say fucking. Sorry. I just don't like country.
Not a lot of people do, and I don't see why. That country music is one of the best fucking genres of music.
No, it's not. You're
Yes,
not
it
saying it
is.
like it's an objective fact.
It is an objective fact.
No, it's not.
Just like how jazz is one of the best fucking genres of music.
Okay, that yes, but country music is not.
Country music is, and you know it.
Country music is overrated as fuck. It should not be as.
It's not
It
overrated.
should not be as big as it is.
Country music is fire as shit. That's why so many hip hop artists are getting into country music because they know
Not
it's
because
good.
they're sellouts and they're bored.
It's fucking
No
not.
one chooses country music unless they're fucking retarded.
No,
Sorry,
you
I
just
didn't
don't like
really do
country
that.
music. You just don't like country music because it's American,
I
and
don't
you
like
don't want
country
to
music because it
because you're
fucking
Mexican.
sucks.
Because you're Mexican.
Sure, there is. Okay, sure, there is some. Sure, it is. It's good, I guess. I guess objectively, it's good, but it is not one of the best. It's one of the most popular, but that doesn't mean it's one of the best.
It's one of the best.
And
Anyway,
I somehow beat that fucking boss while only paying half attention to it and paying all the attention to fucking your dumb ass.
country music is one of the best genres of music.
No,
Anyway,
it is not.
who is the worst singer to ever make it big? Good question. Drake. Anyways,
Okay, but the thing is, rapping and singing are different things. Someone could be good at rapping but have a bad singing voice. Someone could be good at singing but have a bad but be bad at rapping. I'd say most rappers aren't necessarily good at singing, but they're good at rapping. Like Baby No Money, for example.
good at rhymes
His singing
and such.
voice is not that good, but the way he raps and the way he can do it and the way he writes his songs are good. But
Yeah,
it's
fair
like-
enough. Yes, and I know there's the difference
It's- you
between
can't-
rapping and
thing is, you
singing.
can't objectively say whether or not someone's singing is bad or not because there is no real objective way of seeing it.
If it makes your ears bleed and you hate Swifties.
That's something different.
I'm kidding. But like I said, country music is one of the best genres of music. I fucking love it. Oh, here's a funny one that I think you can like really answer a lot about. From r/ask Reddit from user/expensive_athlete106. What funny, weird, crazy habit does your pet have? For you, pets, plural.
Oreo really likes for some reason to not chew, but
Like,
kind of like suck on, I guess the
Pe-
best way to put it, people's hands
it's true. Like,
or just their arms in general. It's like he's like stimming kind of.
for context, he has a little dog. Well, not little, but a young dog named Oreo. Me would going to the nursing home to see my grandma. Who is
But
dementia.
and then Boss, who is a little English bulldog we have. No, is he English? Or is he American? I think he's an English bulldog. Well, he's a
He's a
He's some
creature.
kind of bulldog.
He's a
something.
He's a specimen. We could call him that.
You could tell me he was a breed of shark, and I'd fucking believe.
He looks like a reptile for sure,
I know.
or like some sort of fish. But yeah, that's what. Because
He literally chews on anything and everything.
he will eat anything and everything. To
Yes,
be fair,
anything and everything.
and that's bad because he anything falls on the ground in front of him, he will swallow. You got to be quick to pick something up in front of him. Cause that guy, that dog, I love him so much. But fucking hell, is he kind of I mean, I don't want to call him stupid, but
He's not necessarily dumb as he is special.
that's
He's like a
what.
person with autism. They're not dumb, but they're also not like highly intelligent.
That's what my nyan says about me. Anyways, from r/ask Reddit, from u/real_object_5022. What's a country that nobody ever talks about?
Well, if no one talks about it, how are you supposed to know about it?
Fair
Just
enough.
read what they say.
Some people say Sao Tome and Principe, Anglo, Cabo Verde, and Mozambique. Oh yeah, Mozambique. I've heard of that one though.
Istanbul.
I've never hear anything about Tajikistan. uh, Kiribati. No, it's pronounced Kiribati. Oops, forgive me for mispronouncing that. Kiribati. And there's another one called Lesotho. I'm Ukrainian and I miss when my country used to be not talked about. That's fair, honestly. America only started caring about the Ukraine when news coverage came around and all those white girls started putting it in their bios. But as soon as the whole Israel-Palestine thing was, they're like, I don't want to play with you anymore.
God damn, this club sends those dogs flying. Holy shit.
How does the Starbucks and the Ugg boots feel there, huh, blondies? This is a podcast where we offend everyone equally.
Alright, next question.
Oh, this is a good one. r/ask Reddit from user/confident_spot_4014. What's an important lesson you wish you'd learned sooner? For me, I actually have something here. Common sense and street smarts. To have the ability to just not be a fucking idiot.
Definitely need to learn more sense.
That is because I've made some funny moment decisions. Quote unquote funny moment decisions.
Or just how the internet works.
Yeah, because
You've made.
I've made no mistakes, but I've also made no mistakes in real life because, of course, people have told me I'm very blunt and optimistic. To the point where I'm a very literal person and sometimes can't really understand.
Can you hit that dog?
Yeah, I did see it. Me when I beat my Chinese food. But yes, like I said, lots of people have told me. No. Me tenderizing the meat for dinner. But no, I have been told that I'm very blunt and optimistic and a very literal person to the point where people have told me that I could never understand hypotheticals, which is very true.
Yeah.
To be fair, I am kind of bad at hypotheticals, and sometimes it's very hard for me to understand how a person is actually feeling just by looking at them. Most of the people I actually know and am around have holy shit, I'm actually speaking way too fucking loud and making the mic peak. I just saw that.
I can always turn it down.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, my whole life I've been around most people who have like what you call a resting bitch face. You know, to the point where they could be in the happiest mood of their life. It's just their face is just blank like this.
Yeah, I was told. I've gotten told I have something like that.
You do definitely have some of that. You definitely have that sometimes. But it's kind of hard for me to tell because most of the time I'm usually smiling. And sometimes when I'm not smiling, people tell me that I look like I'm always smiling. I think that's because when my mouth here, when it's a resting expression, it has little like kind of curves on both sides. So when I have a resting face, it kind of just looks like I'm smiling. So I think that's even because anytime I'm in a bad mood, I can still find a way to be happy or in a good mood.
You just think of puppies and rainbows, and you automatically get a slightly better mood.
Yeah, although it's more like I think of McChickens and.
Or 9/11.
Yep.
Bigger than 9/11.
You remember when we used to have $1 McChickens?
No. I don't think we were part of that thing.
Yeah, we're not part of that generation. But yeah, that is something I wish
What the fuck?
That's something I wish that was beat into me at a younger age. You know, just don't be a dumbass.
Do r/am I the devil? r/am I the devil? The worst. Please don't do that while I'm reading. I just go center. Just while I'm reading.
All right.
Okay. All right. So here we go. So these are posts that were on different subreddits and were put on r/am I the devil, which are kind of the worst of the worst. r/waiting to wed. Okay. I can't bring myself to propose to my GF of 7 years because of her health. We've owned a house together for 4 years. I love her and care for her deeply as a person. She is my best friend. She has been bugging me to propose for around 2 years. My issue is that I am no longer attracted to her. When we met, she was fit. Gradually, she has gained weight. Not an insane amount, but enough that I find myself not attracted to her very much. I value health and fitness very strongly, and she knows that health is an important value to me. I would never tell her that I find her unattractive because of the weight, but I have encouraged her to partake in a healthier way of eating with me various times without ever bringing weight/attraction into the picture. I don't know how to proceed. Is it that unreasonable to mention something like health/weight the next time she asks when I'm going to propose? When over the years I've changed some of my own behaviors that she would mention not liking about myself? Why is health and weight somehow not something you're allowed to mention? Huh.
Uh,
I don't see why this guy is. I think it's because he's coping, saying it's about her health when he really just doesn't like that she gained weight. He doesn't find her attractive anymore, and covering it by saying it's because of her health.
yeah, then like I said, I would never actually have the best advice in terms of romance because, like I said, I can barely articulate it
I
myself.
say the answer in every relationship for most problems is honesty, communication. That is like the biggest thing, and like 99% of relationships end because of lack of honesty and lack of communication. And the other 1% is, well, I think it's more like 60% is that, other 40% is abuse situations, but that's besides the point. But he's just, I don't know. That guy is, he's just coping.
I don't know if I'd put that in.
Yeah.
That's just he's just being a douche or a
It's the
schmuck.
girlfriend. It's the girlfriend who put him there.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, he's just a schmuck. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of
Ooh, here's an interesting one. Okay, from r/true unpopular opinion, leftists are overgrown children.
I agree.
Hey, one thing I've noticed about leftists, and one of the reasons I hate them so much, is that many of them just tend to say feel goodism platitudes rather than explaining why you should agree with their viewpoint. They just say things that sound nice, insert group rights or human rights. Okay, what do you mean by that? Right to do what? From the river to the sea, assuming you even know what river and what sea you're talking about. Do you know what you're actually advocating for by saying that? They routinely advocate for free this and free that without suggesting how we go about funding that without insanely high levels of taxation for your average citizen or government or slaver. Simply tax the rich more. This is how this is how a young child thinks. Just print free money and everyone will be rich. This is also reflected in their interests, hobbies, and the way they use infantilizing speech. All baby shit. I believe I believe this is broadly supported by the hilarious and ironic fact that most leftists, by their logic, some of the most privileged people on earth, upper middle class people that live in rich Western countries. This has led me to believe leftism is a mental disorder caused by never in your life facing adversity and maturing and growing up. Um,
Well, I guess that's all kind of subjective depending on what kind of viewpoint you do. But I don't know. Like I said, I try to keep everything when it comes to my opinions not political because I can barely understand politics, and honestly, I don't want to.
you try to remain neutral.
Yeah, because I don't like politics in general,
That's fair enough.
whether it be here in America or in other countries. Because from what I can tell, all it's done is make people hate each other. It's true though. I mean, look at why we have war.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's this Austrian guy who got rejected from art school and was like, you know what? I hate the Jews now. Let's kill them all. That's how World War II started. Then you have like the Civil War between the North and the South in America. There's a bunch of people that are like, man, I really like owning
Ooh,
these blacks.
okay. Here's an interesting one. Oh my god. Okay, this one is on r/my devil. It is from r/relationship advice. My 43M daughter, 21F, wants to speak to me. I want her back in my life. This is my first time posting on Reddit. I know I will be met with harsh judgment, but I need advice on how to rebuild my relationship with my only daughter. I want to start off by saying that I know I was the one who ruined our relationship, but it's been 3 years already. I just don't see why she can't come around. I miss her terribly, and she is my one only girl, my only child. I should explain. Now, listen closely here. Okay?
Uh-huh.
I, 43M, married my current wife, 21F, 3 years ago. It had caused quite some backlash from my friends, my community, some of my family members, and my ex, and of course my daughter. But I had to marry my wife. She is the only one for me. She's beautiful, she's intelligent, she's a kind and caring woman. I knew my daughter would have some problems with my marriage, but I never expected how harsh she could have been. She begged me to end this marriage. She pleaded with my wife to leave me. I had to admit I'm not proud of myself, but I told her that I wish she was never born, that I resented her, and that she meant nothing to me. I already had a rocky relationship with my daughter. She never approved of my relationship with my wife, but we would at least have a talking relationship. Since that day, she hasn't spoken to me since. If I'm being honest, I miss her, and I decided to see on social media how she was doing. She's engaged. I am her father, and I found out about my own daughter's engagement through social media. That was when I knew I had made a serious mistake. I don't want to miss out on any more from milestones in life. I contacted her through social media, but she had blocked me. I want to reach out to her again. I want her back in my life, but I need advice. Ugh. And there was an edit of him uh trying to justify his relationship.
Now,
Just to state here, he met her when she was 18.
how old would that have dated?
40.
Oh,
And it's also she was also his daughter's his wife is also her daughter's like friend, one of her daughter's friends. One of his daughter's friends.
how? What?
Daughter's 21, the daughter's the same age as his wife.
Okay, so this
And
is
they were
like,
friends.
so this is like his ex's daughter or something.
No, so so from what I get is that there's the dad who's 40 at the time, then there was his daughter and his daughter's friend who were both 18, I'm guessing. I'm guessing he married his daughter's friend when she was 18
All right, so then
and he was 40.
who's the mother?
The mother's not mentioned at all.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the mom of the it's not mentioned at all. Yeah, the mother of the daughter's not mentioned at all. But yeah, actually,
Are they still married?
yeah, it looks like it.
Hmm.
I'm
Oh boy. What?
sorry, this one's so these are just like so on r slash am I the devil, people repost stuff, I guess, and they like add on what the basics of it is. And this one just says, I think my daughter is too fat for love. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I'm on the also for asking my daughter if her boyfriend actually loves her. Whew. I 34F have a daughter. They use real names. Tarin 17F. Tarin is a bigger girl and has struggled with relationships because of it. She recently started talking about this guy that asked her out, and they started dating 3 months ago. I'm happy for her, but I worry that this is another soon-to-be failed relationship. He's pretty muscular, and I don't see why he would be into her, since guys that work out usually choose slim or fitter girls. Oh my god. She was talking about her upcoming date and my anxiety took over. I asked her if she was sure he actually loved her because they're completely different people. Not to mention, realistically, she's not going to be attractive to most men. So I'm wary about this guy. She asked what I meant, and I tried to explain how our relationship ended and how he doesn't look like the kind of guy who would be into her. She got mad and started yelling about how I was telling her she's not good enough for him, and I tried to explain I don't mean that, but she ignored me. Now she won't talk to me, and I'm still worried, but also feeling bad for what happened. You see, from what I've learned in the relationships I have been in, majority of the time, as long as you're not like disgustingly overweight, like 500, 600 pounds,
Like
400, 500, 600 pounds, like
1,000-pound life.
yeah,
or
like my my 600-pound life.
Or 1,000-pound sisters.
Yeah, like as long as you're not like that, like obese and disgusting. Most of the time, weight doesn't really is like a very like depending, it depends on the person, but most of the time, weight is a very niche factor in whether or not people date someone. In my experience,
Yeah, obviously. I mean,
it's really up to the person. Like you can't just say, "Oh, objectively this, objectively that."
because I guess the thing that's objective is whether or not the person is like, I don't know, piece of shit. That's objective, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I can't really offer much because I've only ever been in two relationships, and they were online, and not very good.
God.
I talk to them like all the time, but I, I guess the main issue that I had is that I'm like, I don't know. I guess I couldn't understand emotional abuse,
Yeah. It's a sign of autism, buddy.
but I think I don't know. It's probably because, like I said, I grew up in like a very simple mindset. If I'm pissed, I punch something. If like, or like,
You're pissed you punched something. You should never get a wife.
okay, hold on.
Sorry.
It's either that,
Yeah, you should probably reword that a little better.
like I don't know, like
If I get mad, I get real violent.
like have not like literally or something.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know
Like
what you
have like an
mean.
outlet, like a stress ball. Either that or like pretty much like contain my feelings most of the time.
Yeah, it's not very healthy.
Like yeah, like I said, I grew up within that kind of mindset mostly because, like I said, a lot of my family are like kind of like emotionally detached in the idea that they don't care to express too much emotion, and a lot of them they are actually fairly successful people living that way. They're just mostly they're like very I wouldn't say they're cold people. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're cold people. I'm just saying that they're not like overly emotional. Like say people who have words of affirmation, stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. We tell each other we love each other all the time. It's just that I guess it's also more apparent with my brothers and I. My brothers don't really enjoy that kind of stuff, but I definitely enjoy giving people hugs and like making people laugh. I'm also just not very good at emotional cues. Someone starts crying, I'm kind of like,
God, these lower level guys are really fucking you up, huh?
oh boy, I'm only got 3 S's
Have
left.
have you figured out the way forward yet?
Not really. Do I go down here?
It's a, it's an option.
You say that like it's an F.
It really depends if I'm. So if you see that bridge,
Yeah,
go there. Go over there.
it's goodbye on this bridge.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm on a
Slap
bridge.
the splash pad ridge incident.
Mm.
No. Okay. Okay. This is an interesting one.
What?
Eating is boring. I can't stand eating anymore. I've been eating 3 times a day for 30 years, and it's the same experience every single day. It's like a second job you can't quit. Why would such a repetitive task be so essential? The cycle of cooking, chewing, and cleaning up is exhausting. People act like food is this amazing experience, but it's really just maintenance. If I could replace meals with a simple pill and move on with my life, I would. Does anyone else feel this way, or am I alone on this?
You're alone. Yeah, yeah, no.
From the moment, okay, this is a funny one. From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude biomass you call a temple will wither and you will beg my kind to save you, but I am already saved for the machine is immortal. What is that a reference from?
Yeah, that doesn't. That actually kind of sounds like it's from something.
It's from
Fuck.
Soylent. Soylent. This dude's obviously never had a medium rare steak before.
He's obviously not had a McChicken.
He's never had a McChicken from McDonald's.
He's never had a crispy chicken sandwich from McDonald's with extra mayo and barbecue sauce.
Have you ever read Harry Potter or seen the movies?
Yeah, I
Are
love
you
Harry
a
Potter.
fan? A big old fan?
Yeah, I fucking love Harry Potter.
You're gonna love this one. R/U unpopular opinion. Harry Potter really isn't that great.
That's fair.
Here you go. I have read all the books. They're all mediocre at best. I haven't seen all the movies, but so who knows? Maybe those are good. But the books aren't as great as everyone says they are. The world building isn't good. The main characters are boring, and the plot is just The hype around it is too much. To add on to this, thanks to a comment about how to make it better. One, I don't find the world building immersive on a surface level. It's okay, but there isn't really any depth. I just don't find the main characters interesting. I don't know how to explain it besides they are boring. I don't really see any growth of the characters throughout it. It's the same thing over and over. Each book, Harry does stupid shit, almost gets killed, doesn't get killed, rinse and repeat. Also, the plot as a whole doesn't seem thought out. Also, Voldemort is a boring villain. Note, due to comments about how it makes sense you wouldn't like it as an adult, I would like to mention I read them early teens and am still currently a teenager, nothing to do with my age. Also adding why I read them because I wanted to know what the hype was about, and I found the first few okay enough to keep reading. I wanted to see if it got better. Also, having access to all the books and being quarantined to my room for 2 weeks gave me quite a bit of time. You read all the books in 2 weeks? What the fuck?
I've seen people read them faster.
Wow.
Like I said, it all depends on how good you are at reading. Takes me about
Talk to your reading comprehension.
But like I said, that's a fair point, and I actually understand its criticisms, and actually I kind of agree with them. But honestly, I like it a lot. It's a very simple linear storytelling thing, and yeah, obviously it's kind of like a Power Rangers formula where it's like, oh no, Harry got himself into some trouble. He nearly dies, but he doesn't.
Here's a good one.
I like it. I don't know. I like Harry Potter.
Here's a good one. Unpopular opinion. People who watch YouTube and Netflix at 2 times speed are maniacs.
I don't know if anyone does that, to be fair.
I understand it for educational videos, learning and DIY stuff, fine. My university lecture talks slow too, but for leisure, it just baffles me how people can watch TV shows and movies and other stuff at 2 times speed just so they can consume it all. I guess it's a completionist time-saving thing, but why are you trying to complete the entertainment as fast as possible? Doesn't that defeat the purpose of entertainment? My other reasoning is it's probably a symptom of brain rot. Fast-paced TikTok videos, editing styles that are really in your face to keep and capture attention, stuff like that. I don't know. I'd rather just not watch the film at all than complete it through 2 times. Than watch it at 2 times just to complete it.
I agree. A lot of people in the idea of overstimulation.
It seems like a lot of people watch them at 1.25 or 1.5 speed.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who actually does. I feel like that person probably just maybe encountered a nephew of his who's a window licker.
Window licker?
Yeah, helmet wearing window licker.
Seems like a lot of people didn't know you could change the speed on Netflix.
Oh, I didn't. To be fair, I don't see why you would.
Fair enough. Watch Breaking Bad 2 times in 1 week, watching at 2 times speed.
I've only done that on YouTube videos if I thought it was funny, like say like a dumb skit that I saw that watched at 2 times speed.
Watching Breaking Bad at 2 times speed with subtitles on while listening to the Chinese Bible in one ear and listening to Mozart in the other.
Whilst playing Tetris.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. Ooh, damn, I shut my club up.
Ugh.
That's the first time I backstabbed an enemy. That was awesome. All fries are done. All fries are done. All fries are done. All fries are done. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that?
God, a lot of these are just basic bitch fucking things.
I think that stairs are kind of boring.
Bread side dishes are overhyped.
Bread side, what is that even left?
I'm talking cheesy bread, breadsticks, biscuits, garlic knots, rolls,
Ooh,
Texas toast, garlic bread, etc. They're too dense. They get hard after 15 minutes. You know what else gets hard after 15 minutes? They're not too dry. They're soggy. And they're usually served with pizza, except for biscuits and Texas toast, which is great and all, but they're basically the same thing as the crust, so it's just like you're wasting valuable stomach space on the worst part of the pizza. I always hear people saying how much they love these dishes, especially the unlimited Olive Garden breadsticks, and most of the time I can't even eat one whole piece, not for lack of trying. This is definitely a 30-year-old mom. The only exceptions to my bread side dish hate are the delectable rolls with the cinnamon. Yeah, this is definitely a 30-year-old woman. And the cheddar
I
cheese
fucking
biscuits things
love garlic
for
knots,
Red
man.
Lobster, but even that's got to be eaten in moderation.
I fucking love garlic knots, bro.
A lot of this one person says this is the most disgusting opinion I've ever seen on this subreddit. And there's literal Nazis on here.
Were Nazis all that bad?
God.
But no, that's a wrong opinion. I'm sorry, you're just wrong. You're just wrong.
God.
Garlic knots they're a gift from God. Same thing with garlic. Pretty much anything to do with garlic. But aside from garlic itself.
What the fuck?
What is it?
Interesting. Stop rebuilding LA. Now, I'm not saying completely abandon LA, but these fires happen every few years consistently because of the way LA is built. California as a state is built as a perfect tinderbox. Get this, during the dry season, chaparral plants dry out to be better at igniting than firewood. They have literally adapted to catch on fire. It's how they spread their seeds. And they are literally all over the California wilderness. Literally every few years, thousands, if not more of homes burn down, and you hear everyone saying we will rebuild. That's the problem. Stop rebuilding every single family home on a tinderbox instead put up a buffer zone of sorts to separate the city into highly flammable plants, and for everyone's sake, build more apartments.
That's actually a good point.
LA City Council has stubbornly refused to lay low higher, has refused to, I guess, LA, I guess that another word for approve, high rises to be built, and it's one of the biggest contributing factors to why LA is constantly on fire. Honestly,
He's right.
not a bad idea.
I agree. Like a buffer zone in between flammable areas, because yeah, I mean, city populated areas can't just randomly catch on fire.
LA is not that big of it's a big city, but for how many people are in it, it's very dense.
I don't see how that's actually an unpopular opinion. That actually makes sense.
Yeah. Except for the apartment thing. I don't think building apartments really solves it. I think it just gives you a bigger thing to light on fire.
Yeah.
Most people don't see flat-chested women as real women. I've noticed this especially in fandom spaces. If a female character has a canonically flat or smaller chest, she's usually made into a trap joke, mollified, or drawn with huge tits anyway, and they're treated like either men or children more or less in the real world anyway.
I like flat-chested women.
Okay then, buddy.
I don't
Because
know.
you're a washboard, but
I'm more like a bull.
anyway, I've seen real examples of this actually. Like, there's this one cosplayer who is relatively small person she was a relatively small woman, and she cosplayed as a character who in the anime. You know Tatsumaki from One Punch Man? That's who she cosplayed as, and people were like saying it was pedo baiting and shit like that. Which is
So let me guess. This person was probably in their 20s then. Maybe?
24, I believe.
I feel like the only people who are saying that are pedos.
Yeah.
Fucking coomers, bro.
Coomers.
Listen, y'all need to get your fucking dick out of your ears. Like, put that little tiny thing right back in your pants.
Ooh, this is a crazy one. Skyrim was shit.
Okay,
All
hold
these
on.
years after release, Skyrim is still selling ranked games. I played it when it first came out, got bored, and didn't finish it. It was beautiful but repetitive and boring. None of your decisions had any effect. You could rob a guy blind and he'd still be your best friend the next day. You could join mutually exclusive factions. The romances were surface level tedious. I just don't get it.
Fair enough, but that's what made it funny.
You should play Oblivion then if you don't like that.
Oh yeah. Holy shit!
It got blown up.
I didn't know those were explosive.
God. Yeah, this is to break the silence. There's dun 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 dun
That's a, that's like our intermission music. Is that royalty free?
Probably.
Put some royalty free music.
I mean, it's a cover.
All fries are done. All fries are done.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Let's see here. Marriage is a joke. Know why they say speak now or forever hold your peace before record keeping? They were legit asking, are these two related? Is one already married? Huh, okay. Know why you give your vows in front of an audience before record keeping? Lots of witnesses was how you prevented fraud and established legitimacy. Know why there is a dowry? Women were considered property, a liability even. Her family were paying the groom for his troubles, same with giving her away and all that shit. Today, if you need to make a big promise in front of everyone, what does that say? I'm just going full Michael Scott with that declared bankruptcy ass. And 6 months later, I do. You'll be farting in bed and fighting about the dishes never same as it ever was.
Oh,
What
wow.
This dude's spelling is horrible. This dude's grammar.
Oh, wow. That was clever.
You both got tired of saying I do. Both got tired of saying I do each morning, so you did it once real loud before God, your family, friends, and government, so they would keep you honest. Marriage, the institution, it's an absolute fucking joke. Throw a big party with an open bar, but why the rest? Oh, I see. I see what you mean. He's saying the idea of a wedding is stupid.
Not marriage itself.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to be like,
The idea and tradition of a wedding is stupid. That's what he's saying. He's saying instead of throwing a big wedding party, everyone should just get drunk and have fun. Which, fair enough, I guess. But
I don't know. I like the ceremony part. If I was gonna get married, I want a ceremony.
For me, it really depends on the person.
Well, yeah, if I love them enough.
So that was this episode of Reddit Souls. It was a long one. Oh, I guess normal length one, but either way, it was fun. We had some pretty interesting stories, some interesting opinions, and use code slapdash, all caps SLAPDA $H at w.gg for 10% off at checkout. It's a really good powdered energy drink, which is also good for you. It's a good way to keep hydrated while also getting your daily dose of caffeine.
Thank you.
Because you just simply mix it with water, shake it up, and drink it. But if you drink too much of it, you'll fucking die. So don't do that. I think so. I think it might be sugar free, but I think they have sugar free versions of it, but I'm not so sure. We're not held liable for any injuries or deaths that take place with the digestion of this product.
Anyways, thank you all very much for joining us today. Peace out.
Adios.